Hey everybody, just want to give a quick shout out. Alright, Bluebird Cottage Cafe and Event Center. This is opening in the summer, alright? Come on in for a quick bite or just some coffee, just in a nice country setting like nothing other, alright? Or you can schedule a special event any way you like it. All of the information is down in the description. And without further ado, here's the podcast.
One more podcast. It is time for another one. One more podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the One More Podcast. I'm here with my buddy Blake, and we are here to chat and talk and, learn a little bit about ourselves and really discuss the important things in life and really just find a way to enlighten ourselves by telling probably dick jokes and other stupid humor that we find funny. We're here, and there's a couple things that happened recently, and I think that it needs to be talked about because I think it is super hilarious. So, one, did you see the White House Correspondents' Dinner?
No, I didn't watch that. I heard the chick that opened for it was pretty funny.
Yes, she was hilarious. All right, so
did Trump not go to this one either?
No,
I figured he
why would he? He'd be like
I don't know.
ridiculed and like
every other president has. So
Yeah, but
and even Bush had like a Bush impersonator at like a couple of.
Did he really?
Yeah, and it was really funny.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, then why the heck did he not go?
Trump?
Yeah. Did he? Did he
Probably
ever
too cool
say?
For school, dude.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, he's gonna be in a room with a bunch of people making fun of him. That's probably the last thing that man wants to do.
Okay. No, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But no, so she was hilarious, just super on point, very vulgar, very, very intense, just like of the things of the grabbing jokes and the
pussy grabbing jokes.
Yes, thank you, Blake, for saying that.
I didn't know what you meant.
Well, I mean, what else is Trump known for other than grabbing things by the lower bottom region that men don't have?
By the punani?
Yes, there you go. Thank you. And she was also making some other jokes. She actually really, I thought when she targeted the media and the news and stuff like that, I thought that was really funny. And because
was she like obviously biased, or did she?
I think she was just full on taking swings.
Cool.
Just like
I can dig that then.
Really, just anyone who, at least to my understanding and my view of it, was like, if you had some kind of scandal or if you had some kind of like public,
you were open.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So
like the Hollywood, like sex scandal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
About that and
like,
all that stuff.
She made a joke. It was kind of funny. It was like, I'm, what was it? I'm 32 or something like that. So, 10 years too young to be congressman or something like that or whatever. But 20 years young for Roy Moore. And yeah, right. So,
yikes.
I mean, everybody was like clapping, not like at that joke specifically, but everyone was enjoying it. Like they were a pretty good audience.
Yeah.
And then she went on kind of a rant of like, instead of making jokes about things that people have already made jokes about, for Trump, we're going to do something unique. So I'm going to talk about how poor Trump is. And so she got the whole crowd whenever she's like, she goes, whenever I say, Trump is super poor, the audience goes, how poor is he? Yeah. So they did that, which I thought is always nice. And that's honestly, I don't know why people don't get that. Because, like, whenever I'm talking about that or anything like that, making a joke, I just feel like the how poor or how stupid is he? Like that back and forth. Nobody gets that.
It's kind of old school comedy kind of thing, So, it's just like I can imagine Jerry Seinfeld doing something like that, where he would go like, "Oh my gosh, hair, shampoo is so this," and then the whole audience goes, "How is shampoo?" And then he'll say, "You never get enough in the bottle, and you do all this stuff with it, and you never get it." And he just does his thing. It's a very
that's a Jerry Seinfeld thing,
or
just an old school.
It's just an old school comedy thing.
Okay,
like, it's like one-liner comedians. That's old school.
Is that really old school?
I think it is. Yeah.
That makes me really sad because I thought like Demetri Martin was one of the like best,
he was really good, yeah,
one-liners ever. He actually had I guess you call it a special. I don't know. It's like it was more a lecture type thing, and he went through his notebook and he would talk about certain aspects of his life and then relate it to comedy, and then it was really brilliant, well done. So
Bo Burnham kind of does that too. Not
that's
not
true
to that extent, but because Bo has something so elaborate, like
for
every
sure.
single second is planned out, kind of thing. But yeah, I remember watching Dimitri back in the heyday. It was really funny.
Yeah. But anyways, so back to I believe her name was Michelle Wolf. She's a comedian. She was actually on. The reason why I guess I'm a little more excited for her, and it's not just like, oh, just some random comedian or whatever. She was on Seth Rogen's Hilarity for Charity. So, by the way, Hilarity for Charity, definitely check that out. The actual event was pretty vulgar and funny and just like totally Seth Rogen out. Like, you thought Sausage Party was bad? Like, this is like way out there. So, it's definitely, it's just weird. So, their comedians on there, they had John Mulaney, he was pretty good. Michelle Wolf, like I said, she was pretty funny. And they had a couple other comedians there. And then, Justin Roiland, the guy who did Rick and Morty, had a short.
Oh, cool.
And that was...
I think I did see that.
Okay, yeah, that one was,
so
super
gross.
disgusting and hilarious. But
did Seth Rogen do stand-up there, too?
No, he was just mostly hosting and moderating.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
So... But it was very sentimental at the midpoint where they talked about his wife's mother suffers from Alzheimer's, and so Hilarity for Charity, again, for you guys who are not 100% on it, Seth Rogen's cause for doing research to prevent and potentially find a cure for Alzheimer's, and just they need your money, so just go donate. If you have $5, $10, $15, however much money will help, and they have like they personally put in money so that they can give free care to people who need it. So
cool.
They showed like there's this woman from Houston who received I think they call it a grant or something like that, and so she received 15 hours a week of just free care. So definitely super awesome, super amazing, very important that is because Alzheimer's is scary and it is horrible if it affects you. So I'm not trying to get super depressing or serious, but definitely very important. So moving on from there, Michelle Wolf was really funny. So
I'll have to check it out whenever I get home.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know, I like political humor, and I'm not trying to I'm Mr. Hoity-toity, I super sophisticated humor, because I'll laugh at dick jokes and dick jokes and fart jokes and stuff like that. So obviously, I'm not solo to highbrow humor.
I think when it's clever, I can dig it. But there's there's some when it comes across like Eminem's freestyle where he says and Trump's orange, I'm like, go fuck yourself. It's not even clever.
Right.
At least make it clever. We all know Trump's an idiot. Duh. What else you got?
Anything new?
Yes, come on.
So
give me something else.
All right. Well, then you might like some of her jokes.
I will probably then.
But yeah,
I've never heard a Trump's poor joke before, so
I forget some of what she said, but it was pretty funny. So
that'll be funny. Yeah.
I'll have to go through that again. So that was the thing, and also North and South Korea. I briefly mentioned that to you. That was something that I wanted to talk about.
All right.
Because I think honestly, at this point, it is. I was not expecting this to happen.
No.
I genuinely was just like, okay, this is a guy who wants to, be...
eviscerate the entire world.
Exactly, and be Mr. Number One man forever. And now, all of a sudden, you're hearing, oh, the North and South Korean presidents are wanting... Or presidents, or really rulers, leaders, presidents. South Korea has a president, I think.
Yeah, North Korea does not have a president.
Whatever. North Korea, ruler. Person in power.
Dictator. You just
sure.
say that. Tyrant.
Well, because isn't it his regime is in power, or is because
he's in power?
No, I know he's in power, but
it's his family. It's a dynasty.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was trying to get at. Because I thought the difference the difference between what's going on with what's going on in Syria and stuff like that. I think he's just a dictator. And
so you don't think Kim Jong-un is a dictator?
No. Hold on. Take a step back. Let's refresh. So, him soloing... Assad is being a solo leader. Just doing his own thing. I'm sure he has a fleet of advisors and everything like that, but he ultimately makes the final decision. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think Kim Jong-un's stance, I think he has so many influencers and so many people that surround him that will make decisions on his behalf. I think he's just the face.
I do not.
I don't think he is necessarily. Sure, he makes decisions, and sure, he is exhibits dictator dictator qualities,
tyrannical qualities.
Thank you, tyrannical qualities. But I don't think in the true true essence of like Hitler was a dictator. Stalin was a dictator.
You don't really. This is surprising. You don't think Kim Jong Un or Kim Jong Il were dictators?
Kim Jong Il, I think, is different. Because one, I think the age has to play a part in it, and I guess it was a different time, and probably he was in power longer. If I'm going to be honest, I don't know how long he was in power before he passed.
In power longer,
right? So. But personally, what I see from Un is he's inherited this huge, magnificent force, and he doesn't necessarily know how to handle it. So he's going to have people making decisions for him.
I don't see that at all.
Really,
I'm seeing the same pussy whipped coward and as a dictator that like we've seen in Stalin. Like or Mao in China or Pol Pot. Like it's really on the same playing field. It really is. Well, the amount of people devastated by his regime. Like, what are you talking about? If there are other people making decisions, then why are we putting all of our blame on Kim Jong Un?
Because he's a figurehead. Why do we put a bunch of blame on Trump? He's a figurehead.
Dude,
I don't really see it that way because it's like
because what information has made you believe that Kim Jong Un isn't a dictator?
Well,
and he has other people making decisions for him. Like which decisions?
Well, now with this whole thing with
maybe now,
making peace with South Korea
after he killed his uncle and did all that shit, started making up rumors and legends that the man never shits. He shot an 18 in golf twice. The man is all powerful. He'll never die. Like, have you not seen the documentary?
Oh no, I've
about
seen
doctors that go over there to fix people, like give them back their sight,
right?
And they immediately start crying and bowing down to a fucking picture of Kim Jong Un. You don't think that's dictatorial at all?
I would say then, okay, then let's take another step back. I would say I don't see him, I guess, then as threatening, then as like a Stalin or Hitler. As sure he can impose a lot of power and he has a lot of power behind him. But I think if anything was to happen, and have we had this conversation about potential World War III?
If North Korea even tried to do shit to us,
or anything, anything. Do we have this conversation
I don't think
on the
we
podcast?
have, but we can have it later.
Okay. Well, no, I mean we can have it now. Just real quick. So,
no fucking chance.
Well, okay. So, but here's the thing, though. World War III will happen because the idea behind it was. North Korea is a buffer state between China and South Korea. And so if North Korea was to do anything, do some kind of infantry invasion into South Korea.
Parallel into South Korea.
Right. Or
bomb Seoul.
Right. Or send a missile to our, what was it, Guam or whatever is our military.
To Okinawa or something like that.
Or, yeah. So just some offshore, but even like, but I thought the U.S. don't we have a U.S. military base like in Guam?
We got a few.
Right. But
we
it's
have
within
one in Guam.
Okay. So, and that's close to North Korea. I'm not like some.
It's close to the island. It's one of the Pacific Islands.
Okay, so because I'm pretty sure after North Korea did a bunch of their missile testing and based on their trajectory and what type of plan of attack they were using, obviously they can hit anywhere on the United States coast, but clearly they could hit Guam. So if they did anything. Infantry vehicles or missile attack wise, we would obviously have to intervene. Mm-hmm. I think that would be an instant reaction of okay, let's
fucking go over there.
Right, let's take your toys away and put you in your place. So, well, what's going to happen when we and essentially invade via boots on the ground or just drones or providing aid to South Korea through proxy fighting? What's going to happen to China? Well, China now lost their buffer state, and they've got baddies at the border. Because sure, we might be.
China would go to war with us over North Korea.
Definitely, I think so. To keep that buffer state,
what's the point of having North Korea? They don't bring any exports. They're costing China billions. They're costing the world billions.
It's of dollars a buffer state. Aid. It's a buffer country. It's a place where, because we're across the sea or we're across the ocean. it's easy infiltration and easy espionage for us. If North Korea was our ally, we would have a way easier time of keeping tabs on China. China wouldn't want that. So
So China wants North Korea for the same reasons they don't want us to have North Korea.
Exactly.
Okay.
So and so
I don't think China would go to war with us over it.
Okay, maybe not war then, but definitely there would be some type of not to like sound cringy or whatever, but like Black Ops sort of tactical.
There'd be some espionage going on,
but definitely with conflict. I think
so?
I think there would be bloodshed and there would be conflict just to keep this nation a neutral zone, I guess, in this instance. So. But yeah, no, for the longest time, I thought if Korea was to make a move, we would obviously have to retaliate, and then China would retaliate, and then whoever other would retaliate. Russia would probably retaliate somehow, and then, England and France would have to involve
Germany.
because we're involved, and
Canada would send over some maple syrup.
exactly. So, no, and okay, maybe not a full-blown World War III, but definitely... I for the longest time I felt that North Korea was a very hot button issue where that it's just a mousetrap waiting to blow up in someone's face. So moving forward to our point now, I think it's very, very surprising and totally shocked me that the leaders are now shaking hands and are leading to denuclearization because
I don't like it.
Well, what do you mean you don't like it?
I don't trust the North Koreans.
They got something shady going on?
Yeah, dude, there's no reason to trust them. Like, I really don't know why they're doing this.
Well, so then...
Why South Korea is doing this. Like, for 50, 60, 70 years, almost, North Korea has wanted to take control of South Korea and make it one big Korea under a dictatorship.
Okay.
Like, what? Now you're... trying to say, it may be that shit is so bad in North Korea right now that they have no choice.
Right,
they have no choice.
That's
very
valid.
You've seen that a few times though. So you saw that when Clinton was in office, and this was a kind of a pattern. So they would threaten the world with nuclear weapons, and then we would
threaten
the North Koreans.
Okay,
and then we would make a deal saying, "Hey, we'll give you billions of dollars worth of aid to keep your people alive if you cut the shit." And they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. I'll cut the shit if you send us aid."
Right.
And then it repeated with Bush, and then it repeated with Obama, and then you had Trump, who said, "No,
yeah,
you go ahead and try." And now they're at a standstill. They don't know what the fuck to do. So now they're setting up something in order to make a big move, or they're really that fucking desperate.
What could they do to put your mind at ease about this? Because they were talking about a unified Korea.
Meet with Trump,
just a face to face, or like Trump go over there. Un comes here.
Comes here.
Really? And just has a honest, publicized conversation.
Denuclearization, and I need to see the end of the I need to see the end of the Jong regime.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but so you, as long as Un's in power, you're not.
I don't trust that motherfucker.
Okay. I don't know. It gets to a point where you're pointing guns and you're saying all these threats, and you do this for so many years that people get old and things happen and the world changes, and then it's like, well, what are you going to do now? What's like, you can't constantly think that the enemy is your enemy because he's your enemy 50 years ago.
Yeah, like I said, we just laid out the parameters.
No, I know.
All right, but fine.
But okay, so Un comes overseas, steps foot in America,
full nuclearization, and needs to be a revitalization for the people of North Korea. So that includes, you need to get infrastructure back. You need to no more concentration camps for people that
desertees or whatever,
or for just people for no fucking reason, dude. That's one thing that like no one ever there. That's not discussed enough. Kim Jong-un has put people to death for no fucking reason.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a tyrant if I've ever fucking heard of one. That's medieval king shit. That's terrifying to me. Imagine having that person having that power, and the scariest part is the people buy it, and because they don't know any better, because they're not allowed any information from the outside world.
Of course,
that's terrifying to me.
I guess I don't know. I'll walk back what I said about comparing. I think really then for me it's just because I've been to multiple Holocaust museums. I've been to the one in Washington. I've seen documentaries. I've seen videos. I've seen testimonies. I've done research into the crap that the Russians had to deal with Stalin, and I've seen photos, and I've seen
It's
and
horrible.
so it was very real. So and I guess. And I don't necessarily want to. I'm sorry to interrupt real quick, but I don't really want to super jump into the whole again desensitized topic that we've always seemed to come around to. But I guess just reading it on the news of like, oh, a guy tried to escape North Korea, now he's in a camp. Okay, that's it. We don't have any media coverage or anything like that.
No, we're not allowed in.
No, I know. And I guess that's what kind of offset it for me. It's like you hear about all these things, but until you actually visualize and see it and everything like that, and just see the atrocity that is their power, not necessarily just a brainwashed people, because anybody can be brainwashed. If you're
you could make the argument that Americans are brainwashed.
Exactly. So just because people worship and bow down to this guy and think he's toaster god and think he's whatever, that doesn't really buy it for me in terms of being a true tyrannical dictator. So I guess I guess if this, denuclearization and this peace, quote unquote peace for now, leads any further, then maybe if they do allow, people, would you be okay with us sending in, our, hospital people, and health professionals and medical aid and stuff to go inside North Korea, or would you want them evacuated?
There are people there that believe that the United States is the devil and that they're there to kill us. And you have millions of people in North Korea that have been brainwashed to think that. And so I remember talking about this with a buddy. What if we did go to war with North Korea? Like, you wouldn't just have a their standing army. You'd have a whole group of people that have been brainwashed since they were kids to think that Americans are horrible people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's going to take a huge shift in their mindset, in order for me to trust sending over U.S. men and women over there to give aid to a bunch of people that would otherwise want to kill us.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. So I don't know. I guess that's really kind of all that I had on. It's just because it's current, it's happening. It's good to. I think I guess the moral of the story, it's good to know what's happening outside your borders.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. So moving along, but unless Blake, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about specifically in regards to Korea or anything like that?
No, just watch a couple of documentaries about the shit, people's survivor stories about their experiences and life experiences in North Korea, and it's fucking terrifying. It's haunting. That's why I don't trust a single damn thing that comes out of that guy's mouth.
I mean, I guess it's because I think there is a genuine interest in both parties to just, because for the longest time they were just trying to establish a connection. Like I think a few months ago or something like that, they were talking about just opening up a phone line and just having a conversation with North and South Korea.
No, they're making baby steps, but fuck your baby steps. If you want help from the outside world and you want to be a part of this world again, you know what you got to do.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right, so moving on, kind of doing something a little different, trying to, I don't know, make it more structured type deal. We'll try it out. If it doesn't work, then we'll just go back to the total weird, tangent, horrible style that we do. But we figured it would be kind of fun to see what we can get from this is a brief Would You Rather section.
Okay.
So I just kind of have a list of, I literally Googled Would You Rather questions. So we're going to go through this. I'm not really seeing any good ones.
The good ones? They'll name a bad one.
Okay. Okay. Well, actually, this is kind of interesting. Would you rather be feared by all or loved by all?
Loved.
Why?
Because what does fear give you?
Loyalty.
Not necessarily.
Haste in doing, because you're afraid of getting hit or something.
I don't want to be feared though.
Why?
Like that, because That doesn't gain you any respect. That doesn't gain you any.
You can't. You genuinely think that? I mean, I
There's a
relatively
difference
agree with
being-
you.
There's a difference between being feared and being respected, right?
Well, can't you respect how much you fear them? I guess not necessarily in that.
I can let's put it this way. Like,
Mhm.
I respect a tiger because of its ability to fucking kill me. That's why I don't go fucking near a tiger.
Right. So that's fear
But-
of tigers.
But
Do you love tigers?
it's still a fucking tiger. And if I had the chance to
Mm.
kill that tiger, I'd fucking do it.
But I mean, you
I
can
don't
still be
respect,
afraid.
I don't
You can-
respect it enough to save its life.
Oh, to say I got
I'm
you,
fucking
tiger.
scared of it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let it kill me because I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that tiger loved me, come on with it. I'd love a pet tiger. That'd be fucking great.
Okay. No, I mean,
I'd much rather
I
be
agree.
loved
No,
because
I
love
agree.
is peaceful and everyone's happy and nobody's and that'd be a great confidence booster.
That would
you
be
know?
a great confidence booster.
Like, everyone's like, "Hey, Blake, how's it going? Love you."
Oh, thanks, man. They're just driving
Thank you, random stranger.
driving down the road, and
Yeah.
you just have people waving at you.
Yeah.
Hey, Blake.
It needs to be that kind of love. It can't be like One Direction or the Beatles, girls.
Oh, just like
fucking-
insane
Nah,
mania.
can't do that.
Okay. I'd like to real quick quote Michael Scott, and I'd like them to fear how much they love me. That's what I would love. Ooh, okay. Would you rather be infamous in history books or forgotten after your death?
Forgotten.
Really?
Mhm.
Why? You wouldn't. A
what
legacy
ki-
is a legacy. I feel like I'd love to be infamous because think
You'd
about
rather be-
forgotten, family, friends, literally nobody.
Mhm.
Really?
Mhm.
Why? Being infamous would be great.
Okay, let's name one of the most infamous figures in history.
Okay, well, let's not do
Are
that.
you sure you want to do this?
I'm not. It's not saying the most infamous in history.
Fine, a most infamous person in
Just
history.
no, not a most. Just a infamous. Like okay.
So would I rather be remembered for being a fucking asshole that everyone fucking
well,
hated?
no. Okay,
or
infamous.
Would I rather be
what
not
if?
remembered at all?
I mean, you could make an argument. The people who worked on the Manhattan Project are infamous
You could.
because I mean they led to nukes around the world, more or less. I mean, theoretically. So
So
it
Albert
could be.
Einstein. Let's put him. He's
I mean,
infamous. He worked on the Manhattan Project.
I guess technically he could be infamous. Because it's. I don't know. I mean,
How about Kim Jong-un? Would you rather be infamous in the history books, or would you rather be not remembered at all? It's the
don't
argument.
know.
I remember talking about this with my dad on a very small scale.
Mhm.
So I remember watching the game when Barry Bonds, you know who Barry Bonds is?
yes.
All-time home run leader.
Baseball guy.
Yeah, well, he hit his...
The
he hit-
Bambino.
No.
Oh.
Not him. That's Babe Ruth.
My bad.
Barry Bonds broke the record for most home runs ever.
The Bambino.
No, Barry Bonds. But anyway, and my dad asked me, would you rather be remembered for giving up that home run to Barry Bonds? Or would you rather not be remembered at all in baseball?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
That really is
On
good.
that small scale, I'd rather be remembered for giving up that home run. Because that's a hell of a story.
That's true.
Barry
Yeah.
Bonds got the best of me on that at bat, and I got to watch
Well, then,
the,
I mean,
one of the
then
greatest
you're
home run.
infamous.
I got to watch one of the greatest... No, I'm not infamous. I sucked that day.
You're
Difference.
infamous for being sucking.
Difference.
Okay, all right. No, I guess you're right. I don't know. I think really the scale. Then would you say then the scale?
Yeah,
If
so-
you're infamous in like your state,
For doing what? For
I don't
robbing
know.
banks like Bonnie and Clyde?
what would be I would be local news that reaches within Texas but doesn't spread to global news.
I got shot in the prime of my life by by holding up a Texaco station or whatever. Would
Yeah.
I rather be remembered for that, or would I rather
What
be
if it was-
die fat and happy and nobody remember a thing? I'll take number
vanishing. The fact of vanishing and just
We're all going to anyway,
that's
dude.
it. Well, at least you'll have someone in your life to remember you by, and just like I don't know, if some random kid in middle school was drawing like a mustache or something on my.
Your attitude on life doesn't depend on how other people remember you. It depends on you.
Oh no, obviously, like live life to your fullest, but I mean, I don't know.
I don't want to be one living in infamy. Probably means I won't make it that long, and I like living.
Yeah, I guess
so
that's true. Yeah.
the kind of shit that I would be known for being infamous, I would not get very long. I would not make
Okay.
it very long.
All right, no, that's fine. Okay. Would you rather be a famous director or a famous actor?
Ooh. Ooh, it depends on what movies, you know.
What do you
if I-
mean?
Well, like if I was a superhero actor, I'd much rather do that because I'd be fucking ripped, and I'd have a
Go ahead, Blake.
I'd have a bunch of fucking money too. I don't know. I'd probably be a director. 'Cause that seems more fun.
Okay. What would you direct?
I would direct dramas.
Why?
I don't know. It's enticing. Probably
Like-
war dramas, something like that.
Okay. All right. Not like goofy, action-packed comedies.
No, if I got the chance to direct a Batman movie, I'd do that.
Okay.
But
Would you do like a super gritty Christopher Nolan take, or
yeah,
okay?
it'd be darker though.
Oh, darker. How dark?
Like I would do like a complete recreation of like The Killing Joke,
Oh, okay.
which
Just
you know
a-
what happened in that
So
storyline.
I've seen The Killing Joke.
Okay. Well, I'd do that, but live action.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, or that, or the Red Hood comic book series.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who the Red Hood is?
The Red Hood is supposed to be Robin. No.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Jason Todd gets killed by the Joker,
Mm-hmm.
and Batman's all heartbroken by it,
Mhm.
and then Jason Todd, that Robin gets gets brought back to life by Ra's al Ghul in the Lazarus Pit,
Mm-hmm.
and Jason Todd comes back as this uber badass Red Hood that's like an anti-hero. He fucking kills people.
Oh wow.
And I would
okay.
do that.
All right.
That'd be badass, and it'd be rated R, a rated R Batman.
I feel you. That's good. I'd enjoy that. I don't know. I don't know why they don't do more super mature like comic book story stuff. Like the
'Cause
Superman,
it's not
the
a
Man of
wide
Steel
audience.
stuff. Well, I mean, still, but like if they made the Superman stuff a little more gritty, and like I get it, like the 60s, 70s Superman or whatever, like
Campy and
right, whatever. It's like you be doing your superhero stuff, but
well,
like
one that's not Superman in the comics. So there's not
Oh, that's
really
true.
like unless you look to there's maybe the New 52 Superman, but
Mhm.
if you look at like other Superman comics, it's very lighthearted, and there's some of it that's dark, but it's dark on like a psychological level. Like there are no really real stakes unless you take into account the Death of Superman comic where he gets killed by Doomsday. But
okay, no, yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, last one. So, would you rather have to read aloud every single word you read, or sing everything you say out loud?
I get dirty text, so give me Sing.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of read aloud anyways, so, and I already sing anyways, so it's like,
I'll take Sing.
okay, all right, just because
Just music stuff.
you know, you cannot watch movies with subtitles.
I can't. No.
They're trying to say it. And that is and happening in the. Shut up.
That'll be funny.
All right. Okay. I lied. One more. Would you rather get one real jail, like get out of free jail card, or a key that opens any door? Ooh.
Wait, so a get out of jail free card?
Just
like,
a one. Doesn't matter what it is. You could literally
kill somebody and
go
you're
ahead.
golden.
Yep. Get out of jail free card or
Or a key that opens any door.
any door.
That's weird. That seems pervy to me.
I mean,
I
you
wouldn't.
just.
Why
you-
would I need that? I'd be breaking the law, and then I would really want that get out of jail free card.
I mean, you could be sneaky and not get caught with the key.
I'm not very sneaky.
I mean, what if it's
Look at
like,
me.
what if you, what if it's like, you want to go to Walmart or something and you
And
want
it's
to,
closed, and I'm trespassing.
but you can get some stuff. I don't know, man. Okay,
I'll take the get out of jail free card.
but a key that opens anything. What if you see like a super amazing, like a
Guitar or something.
well, not oh, maybe I was thinking of a car or something, just like a super sporty sports car, and you're just like, man, I would love to just take that for a little spin, and then you.
That's illegal,
boop,
bro.
boop, boop. Well, why would you need to get out a free jail card?
If I get caught with something on me or something, I don't know.
It's like, obviously you're going to be.
It's nice to have that fallback plan,
That's true, I guess.
just in case.
Ooh, I could do like super embezzlement stuff, and then
Get all that money, get out of jail free. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'd do that. All right, I
Yeah,
changed my
you
mind.
ruin people's lives, but you get out of jail free. You fucking dick.
Excuse me.
That
Doesn't
crossed
matter.
that crossed the line.
What did I say? Okay. All right. Fine. Now, next segment we're moving on to, as you definitely did not enjoy that segment, it was really stupid. Is can Blake guess what news is this from? So, hopefully, to have a little sting or something. All right, so hopefully I haven't. This is all new stuff, so I haven't seen any of these videos. So hopefully we can get a this is blah 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 reporting in for blah blah blah. But if we do, then we totally messed it up, and we'll just keep moving on. So hopefully we don't get an ad. Yep, we got an ad, so let's mute that so we don't have to hear the ad. It's some Actually, hold on. We gotta listen to this guy.
Aesthetic as possible. What would you do? You see, here. Let me give you a scenario. Hollywood actors have to get into crazy shape all the time. And
is this a six-pack ab guy?
Incredible transformations in just 3
sure, I
minutes.
guess.
What's the ad for?
They're getting paid
I'm
millions
getting
of
six packs,
dollars.
Yeah.
So if you're in their shoes, what would you do? Would you
What would
follow
you do?
what everyone else is doing? The bodybuilding splits, what you hear about in the
Would you-
magazines.
I don't care. So
Oh, okay.
I mean, how do you? Is there a way to work out versus not work out?
No, there's not an easy. There's no easy way to get ripped and get in shape.
Right. So I don't know why he's trying to
He's
provide.
got a new formula. A new
He's just
weightlifting
like
formula.
standing shirtless, super ripped, and he's like, "Hey, I did it. Give me money so you can do it."
Yeah,
That's
pretty
all
much,
it is.
yeah.
Freaking okay. All right, here we go.
John Tester of a really great place, Montana. What they said about this
I'm about to take
great
my headphones off
American
just in case.
doctor,
Sure.
Ronnie
sure.
Jackson, an admiral in the Navy.
I think
and Tester
they're
started throwing
doing
out
stuff for
things
Trump.
that he's heard.
Yes.
Well, I know things about Tester that I could say too. And if I said them, he'd never be elected again.
Oh,
Right. So will he say them? What
That's
are
Fox
they?
and
Let's bring
Friends.
in
how do you know?
Because you can just hear it in their voice.
Oh,
It's
really?
Fox and Friends.
Is
and
that
host of the Dan Bongino
Fox?
very
Yeah, it is.
successful
Yeah, it's Fox.
podcast. So what do you think when you heard
Yeah,
that
Fox and
line?
Friends.
Number
That's
one,
way too
I know
campy
you know the Dr. Jackson.
be
is
anything
that
else.
a Fox only thing or does like MSNBC or CNN?
I don't know.
CNN and Friends.
No,
like,
I think it's just the show is called Fox and Friends.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, then
grandparents
that
watch
was
that.
freaking stupid. God, you've all
Nailed it.
idiot.
So sad.
Too easy. I'll do like next time it'll be like some super obscure like Swedish Norwegian news company. Haha, Blake. Guess this one.
All right, give me a couple minutes.
You just like do
Shazam.
Shazam it. All right. Well, that was
Nailed it.
shorter than I thought it was going to happen. So we are moving on to the next segment, and Blake had the proposed question for this, and we can go to discussion about who would win.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, there are a few.
No, I know,
who
I
would
know.
win. But like the first one was
Yeah.
who would win a grown male silverback gorilla versus a grizzly bear.
I would say silverback gorilla.
I'd say the bear
Why?
because bears can run up to 30 miles an hour.
Gorillas can jump.
They can, but
But-
a bear also can stand up and be like 10 or 12 feet tall.
Okay.
And then
Gorillas
with
can also do
razor
that.
sharp. No, they can't be 10 or 12 feet tall.
You want to bet how
a gorilla?
Yes.
You kidding
How
me, dude? 10 or
tall
12 feet
is
tall?
a silverback gorilla? Ooh, dude, this is a most questioned Googled thing.
When you type in how tall is a gorilla,
how tall is
first
a
one that comes up.
adult males are that's kind of sad.
How
it's
tall?
Like
6 something.
6 feet.
Yeah,
It was 5 feet 11.
yeah, but they've got the strength that you can't even imagine. But look up how tall a bear is standing up. A grizzly bear standing up.
Out
Let's do a female
tall
grizzly bear because they're
is
bigger.
a female polar bear.
Grizzly bear.
Can it be a polar bear?
No, because polar bears are spare.
Blake, you have some lies
How tall are they?
on its hind legs.
A grizzly bear stands how tall?
9.8 feet.
Okay.
You lied by 3 feet. That's a major
I said 10
advantage.
to 12 feet.
You said 12 first.
I
so.
said 10 to 12.
All right, okay. So height advantage. I wouldn't say height advantage is that like
4
super-
feet?
I don't think that's very necessary at all.
A bear coming down on you with
But
razor
that's
sharp
but
claws.
that's putting all of the energy. That's putting all from being comfortable on the four legs, all of the energy and time to get up to the thing, and then having to do a swipe down where the monkey or gorilla, whatever, can just do a sidestep or something, and then...
I'm still taking the bear.
Why?
Because those things have a bite force that's incredibly powerful. Their paws have razor sharp claws. They're huge, so the gorilla's going to have to do something to take out this bear. They're massive.
Gorillas can use rocks.
They can.
They can improvise.
Shut up. Let's just put them in a cage.
Whatever, dude. Gorillas are supposed to allowed to be can improvise.
All right, fine. Let's just put them in a forest.
All right, so put it in a forest. Gorilla gets a giant tree.
Bears can climb trees too, you know.
Okay, well, the gorilla takes a giant tree thing and then does
a branch?
like a.
You mean a branch?
A thing that comes off of trees, okay?
Well, you got to be more specific because you have leaves, you have twigs.
Well, he eats the leaves for energy, and then with the pokey parts, pokes the bear. And I don't know. I think that the silver, because my idea of a silverback gorilla is like they're more agile, and I think that's what's important. I think that's the being able to kind of move more easy and being a lot more comfortable on their either two legs or both four legs. So actually,
no, gorillas are strong as fuck. Don't get me wrong.
Let's see. I want to know speed as well. I think speed is important.
Okay, I just think a bear. You give a bear like one quick swipe with those razor sharp claws, and if he gets one land on those on that face of a gorilla, dude, bleeding out.
Grizzly bears are faster.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Like 15 miles an hour. Golly.
They're fast as fuck.
Wow. And, okay, I will say the silverback gorilla will win if he has not chewed his nails recently. He's got a little bit of
gorilla's
nails.
just filing his nails.
Just a little he's got a little bit. Because, I guess you're right. I don't know. That kind of makes me sad because, you know, like... Well, but like, doesn't the silverback gorilla have like super thick skin and like can like is pretty tough? So like, even if he's getting scratched, he'll.
They're both tough as nails, but you're also dealing with animals that pain. Like, animals are different from humans in that they don't pity themselves. So like, if we were to fight, me and you fight,
sure,
and you punch me in the jaw, if it hurt enough, I'd fucking stop.
Right.
Animals are not like that. And when they're in the heat of battle, they feel no pain. It's fucking on. To save their lives, they'll fucking do anything.
Right.
And that's why I'm going to give it to the bear. Because even if a gorilla punches the bear or something and breaks a couple of ribs, you think that fucking grizzly bear is going to give a shit? Hell no. It will not stop until it literally can't anymore. Same with the gorilla, though. I'm still going to give it to the bear, though.
All right. Let's see real quick. I'm going to see if we can go on YouTube
and see a bear versus gorilla.
Bear versus gorilla. I don't know, man. There are like video games out there that they can they can
replay it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like Deadliest Warrior, but
that was a great show.
Grizzly bear versus silverback gorilla. Fight. Haha. Whoa. Let's see. This is
local gorilla dead at the age of 36.
All right, hold on, let's just skim through this video. Let's see. Oh, this is stupid.
What is it?
This is just a intelligence versus strength. It's not an actual like.
Oh, it's not like
we CGI'd a gorilla fighting with a CGI bear.
Wasn't there a show on the Animal Planet called like Animal Face Off or something?
Is that maybe?
And I think they did that.
That sounds
I don't
like
think
a
they
thing.
did a bear versus gorilla. I think they did like a gorilla versus like a jaguar or something. Or a leopard.
Animal Face Off, gorilla versus leopard.
Yeah, that was the one. Gorilla versus leopard.
Okay.
But they never did a bear versus a gorilla.
Okay. I don't know. All right, fine. I'll get okay. The only reason why I would give it without any further research is because the bear has claws and just being able to constantly
you gotta give it to the teeth, dude.
Oh, that's
teeth
also
too.
true.
Like
Yeah,
they got
that's
some
true.
big old freaking canines.
Chompers.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen bears fight? Like
No.
get on their hind legs and just swat at each other?
No, is it
It's
scary?
pretty horrifying. Yeah.
That's true.
My buddy sent me a video of on his hunting. He has a hunting camera out by his deer stand, and he lives up in Colorado. And there was a freaking Kodiak bear, or not? Maybe it wasn't Kodiak, but it was a bear that was chasing these wild hogs like past his feeder.
Yeah.
And you saw this bear run through, and you could see it like plain as day inside the camera, and just fall on top of a bear or on top of a big old boar and just grab it by its neck and then just get up and walk off with it. While the pig is still squealing and trying to get away, the bear just has it in its mouth and just walks on like nothing ever happened.
That's scary. That's really scary. I could probably do that. That's no big deal.
With what, like a little piglet? Like a little pig in the blanket?
No, like that, the full-size thing. I'll just pick it up with my chompers and...
I'd love to see that.
Excuse me, I need to pick you up now, pig. I'm sorry. All right, so then last one before we move on to the next one. Who would win? Adam Sandler or Three House Cats?
Adam Sandler.
Really? Like
House cats
like
are
big
so
big
spare.
feral house cats.
How big is a feral house cat? Aren't those the big old motherfuckers that are like almost the size of dogs?
Let's just do like a full, okay.
Or like your cat?
No, not my cat. I think
because I could fuck 3 of your cats up.
Probably. Okay. Adam Sandler versus 2 Labrador-sized cats that are angry, that has claws.
All right, I'm trying to think. How would I handle that?
Okay, yeah.
So one of these cats immediately start pouncing and start scratching. I'd have to grab one of them by the throat.
Okay.
And I'd have to rip its throat out.
Okay.
That one's gone. It's going to hurt like a son of a bitch.
Right.
Like I'm going to get scratched, bit, but I'm going to have to do what I got to do. And then now that I got one cat out of the way,
then you just have to wrestle.
I could fucking wrestle a cat.
Okay. So do you think Adam Sandler could do that?
I don't think Adam Sandler could. He's in his 50s. So?
Really?
He's kind of an old dude.
What celebrity in the comedian community do you think could take on, or is in pretty good shape?
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. All right, fine.
Joe Rogan or what's his name?
Bill Burr probably could do it.
I bet Bill Burr could fuck up a cat. Yeah,
that's true.
Or what's his Tom Segura. I bet he could. He's a big old dude.
Tom Segura,
and he's pretty strong.
Yeah,
so
that's true. So, all right, one of those guys, one of those people who exercise and take care of themselves.
Let's take I don't think David Spade could make it out of 2 fucking cats.
I bet Kevin James could.
Oh, I heard on Joe Rogan's show, Kevin James can actually fight. Like,
really?
Kevin James is actually like black belts in like multiple styles of martial arts.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that at all.
He's actually kind of a badass. Yeah.
Okay, I actually saw his stand up recently.
Yeah, wasn't that good? I thought it was good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It was just okay. You know, it was good. Real quick, so totally not a segue here, but the Adam Sandler movie was super awesome.
The one with Chris Rock?
Yes, the one with Chris Rock.
What was it about?
It was the week leading up to a wedding, and so you had Adam Sandler's family and Chris Rock's family, and so Chris Rock is a super successful doctor, you know, always on call, blah, 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 has lots of money, and has kind of lost his way with his family, so divorced his wife, doesn't spend a lot of time with the kids, so he's just, you know, doing his thing on his own. And then Adam Sandler plays this super, and I mean super stereotypical large Jewish family. And it's just hilarious, okay?
All right, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's a Netflix.
Cool.
Adam Sandler's just doing movies with Netflix now.
Good for him. Did you like the Ridiculous 6 movie that he did?
I have not seen it, actually.
I thought it was really stupid, but really funny.
Didn't it have, what's-his-face from Twilight, Taylor Lautner?
Taylor Lautner, yeah, he plays a retard in it.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll
like a stereotypical, like, kid from the mountains with buck teeth and
really
is in love with his cousin kind of kid.
Wow,
it's really funny.
Yeah, I've seen. There's a few of those I have to knock off. That are Adam Sandler movies. So I don't know. I just think it's so weird because definitely the up and coming Adam Sandler era is great. So just that kind of 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, and then there's kind of now he's super famous and popular, so he's just kind of do whatever movies that he wants that are super funny, and let's just get the gang together and do Grown Ups, and then Grown Ups 2, and, you know, like, whatever, those kind of movies. But then there's, like, once he started doing Netflix movies and stuff like that, like his production company, Happy Madison, or Happy Gilmore.
Happy Madison.
Once he started doing movies with Netflix, they were really good. Like, Sandy Wexler, if you've seen that.
Is that one with Ben Stiller? And
it's with a bunch of people. It's
Dustin
essentially...
Hoffman?
It's not, doesn't focus on them. It's the story about a guy who was this producer / manager for very low time, you know, non very important people. And so he finds this girl who was working at like a Disneyland type theme park or something,
Okay.
and then he puts all of his time and effort and energy because she's a really good singer, and so it's kind of her story rising to fame along with him dealing with it, and it's
cool.
it's apparently like based, I'm assuming loosely based on a true story. I forget what it is specifically, but no, that was really good. So I don't know,
he's a good dramatic actor. He's very
for
underrated.
sure. No, for sure. He's definitely one of those comedians, just like Steve Carell, just is able to just flip a switch, and he's like, okay, now I'm doing
I don't
drama.
know if he's as good as Steve Carell.
Oh no,
but,
Steve Carell is definitely a lot better. But
Did you ever see Foxcatcher, the movie I told you to see?
no, I have not.
No?
There's a lot of
Okay.
movies that people have told me to see that I have not seen, so I'm
What are
really
you
sorry.
doing? Just nothing.
I watched Reservoir Dogs.
Did you really?
Reservoir Dogs yesterday.
What'd you think?
It was really good.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi is awesome, and I love
It's
him.
the birth of
And
Tarantino films. Right
oh, that's his first one,
Uh-huh.
or his like first
No, that's
big
his-
one.
That's his first.
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah, it was
All
a
right.
huge cult hit. It put Tarantino on the map
Sure.
with a huge surprise ending too.
Right. Exactly. So, no. So, I was gonna say Steve Buscemi. It was actually really funny because I watched Reservoir Dogs, and then the next, like, I don't know, in the next couple of hours or whatever, I was bored, and I was like, okay, I'm still recovering from my sickness, so let's watch something. So, put on the Week Till, I think is the new Adam Sandler movie, and then I saw, and Steve Buscemi's in that movie too, and it's just hilarious to just see from, like, he's a super serious, relatively good actor in this like dramatic thriller, and then all of a sudden he's like making stupid jokes and like being ridiculous.
He just
and,
likes to have fun.
right. One thing that really got me, and I loved it, is I love oversized prop stuff.
Okay.
So one part of the movie, they were trying to get drinks and stuff for the wedding. So instead of like just hiring a bar service and just paying for it and coughing up the money, the money's tight, so they're trying to find a workaround. So Steve Buscemi comes up with this idea. He's like, they're brothers or something in the movie. So he's like, hey man, dude, I got you. I got off my flight. This guy, he's gonna give me the hookup. Blah 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 blah. So he gets like 4 bottles of these super oversized like liquor bottles. He's like, yeah, these 4 bottles should like feed about 200 people or something like that. And then he also pulls out a giant Toblerone that's like like 3 yards long. And he's like just taking a bite out of it, just like nibbling on it. And then he also gets like a giant pack of smokes, just like same for them. Like, exactly, just like these. Oh, I loved it. It was great. So
I'll
it was
check it out.
obviously stupid humor, but no, I'll have to show you maybe one scene that's just like does it, and that's just your traditional Adam Sandler. But this isn't about Adam Sandler. You have a thing to tell me about the Avengers, though.
Oh man, was that rough?
All right, give me a quick
All right, this is the
dirty synopsis.
dirty synopsis,
And then how
this
you
is
thought.
the culmination of 10 years of Marvel films, 18 films altogether, all leading up to this moment.
Mhm.
And at the end credit scenes of multiple movies, you're setting up the biggest, baddest villain that Marvel has ever brought to screen. His name is Thanos,
Mhm.
and in the comics, he has it's a whole Infinity Gauntlet series. Thanos essentially wants to get 6 Infinity Stones, and with the power of those stones, which are spread across the galaxy with different heroes, if he gets all 6 of those stones, he controls the universe. And it's about the Guardians of the Galaxy teaming up with the Avengers on Earth to try to stop Thanos from getting all 6 stones and taking over the entire universe.
Right.
Wow.
So was it worth the payoff?
Oh yeah, I thought it was. I've seen it twice already. I remember the day before I made a list and sent it to my girlfriend and a whole bunch of other friends. Here's who I think is going to die, and if I get a certain amount right, you give me $5 or whatever. None
Right.
of them paid me, but whatever.
Right. Sure. It's
And
okay.
I got 7 out of the 8 that I thought was going to die right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Is that a spoiler for telling me
It's not a
that
spoiler
many
'cause
people
you
are
don't-
dying? That's wow.
It's not a spoiler.
No, I
'cause
know.
That's
It's
what
okay.
we all knew, that some people were going to bite the bullet.
Right.
And there may have been more people that I didn't put on my list that died.
Right.
Like,
No, that's true.
it's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Insanely good. It was Thanos' movie. Thanos was essentially the main character
Oh,
of this
for
movie.
sure.
And Josh Brolin did genius motion capture work for this.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really cool.
Okay.
And it was hilarious too. Like, seeing certain characters team up with each other was really, really funny.
Mm-hmm.
And so you haven't seen any of the Marvel movies, apparently.
Well, I've seen like the back when they first started, like when it was like they were hinting about the Avengers movie, the first one or something like that.
Okay, yeah, you need a lot of catching up.
Oh,
to do
for
that.
sure. No, there's a lot.
And if you really want to see, like, I think this movie opening weekend, it broke all the
Yeah, it did.
records. So 650 million worldwide for the opening weekend.
Yeah.
Insane. This will be probably next to, it might even cross Avatar for box office movie projections.
Okay, wow.
Remember when you asked me, like, do you think this Avengers will make more money than the first Avengers? I said abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, for sure.
And it's already on pace to do that. It's insanely good.
Okay.
I would check it out.
All right.
And you're going to have to ask me for background info so that you know certain things.
Who's that?
No, I'll be quick with it. I'll be very quick. It's not difficult to explain the backstory at all.
Oh no, I know the characters and I know who they are, and it's not like
Yeah, but it's about the stones. That's what's
I know
important.
the
Yeah, do you know where they are? Do you know who has them? Do you know what happened to them?
I know the Guardians of the Galaxy dealt with a stone.
Yeah, where is that?
Doctor Who man had a
Doctor
stone.
Strange, where is that one? That's the time stone. Where is the time
I
stone?
forget.
Where's the power stone that the Guardians of the Galaxy used in the first
I
Guardians
don't
of the Galaxy?
remember.
Where's the Tesseract, which is the mind
Tesseract?
gem?
It was the
Where's the space stone?
the
You've all-
Tesseract was used in the Spider-Man Homecoming one,
No.
right?
No.
Wasn't that there was a cube? Or no, I'm thinking
No.
of the second Avengers.
You're thinking of the first.
There was
And then there's a soul stone. And
That
then
one.
there's a...
Blake, I've seen the animated Avengers, so like I've already done all of this.
Oh,
Okay.
you have? Okay,
No,
good.
I actually I really did enjoy the
the animated
two
one was good.
two Avenger animated movies, but
Yeah,
I
those
don't
are good.
I didn't see the one with
Yeah.
Thanos.
The thing is, they're now going off of they're not going off of the comics anymore,
Oh, really?
which is really hard. Like, I remember Guardians of the Galaxy, if you know how to defeat Thanos, which in the comics, you can go look it up how, Guardians of the Galaxy, at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, they hinted at a huge character that in the comics is essential to taking down Thanos, but we haven't seen him.
Oh, okay.
We haven't seen this character yet.
Okay.
And then I'm not going to spoil the end of the Avengers post-credit scene, but like there's a bunch of stuff that is going to have to really come together in order for the Avengers to even have a chance against Thanos.
How long was the movie?
2.5 hours.
Oh, okay, not bad.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, just think after the movie, the second part comes out, and then they release it, and it's like a double box feature with extra deleted scenes, bonus content, just like
Dude,
powering
I'm
through
so
that.
I'm so in.
That's-
I really wanted to, like, when my girlfriend and I went to go see Black Panther the day before because she hadn't seen it. They had a Marvel marathon at the theater.
Oh, really?
Where they showed all 18 films leading up to Avengers Infinity War.
Wow.
And people stuck by. It was like 36 hours. And
Dang.
people stuck by and watched them all.
Wow,
It was really, and I was like, I really wanted, I would have done that in a heartbeat. That would have been so cool. I would
That
have
would've
to,
been
I would
really
have gotten
cool.
fired, but I would
sure.
have loved
Yeah,
to go
no, I
do
mean,
that.
Yeah, right. Just take the time off if you had it. So, all right. So we are going to, due to time, we're going to skip one section, the story time.
Okay.
We can lead that for next time. Story time is just telling a random story, but due to time and stuff like that, I want to kind of keep this under wraps. We're going to end up with our new segment.
New segment.
Blake's top and bottom.
Blake's top and bottom.
All right, take it
So,
away, Blake.
Basically, Blake's top and bottom is going to be, there's going to be a certain topic, and I'm going to choose the top 5 and the bottom 5.
Okay.
So top being the best, 5 or bottom being the worst. You know, I was thinking about April, and there's only really one holiday in April, kind of. You have Easter, right?
Okay.
But you also kind of have April Fools, but who the fuck really follows April Fools? Nobody, right?
Right.
So I started thinking, what are the best holidays?
Okay.
And what are the worst holidays? The
That's
ones
a
that give
great-
us the most grief and ones that we just love to talk about.
Sure.
So I'm going to go top 5 first.
Okay.
And this list will be controversial.
Oh,
I
it
will
will?
say that right now.
Will it?
I will tick some people off for
Okay.
sure. So number 5 on Blake's top American holidays. So,
Okay. All right.
you know, this is, and we're going to start off with Veterans Day.
Okay.
Who doesn't love Veterans Day?
That's
It's just
true.
a good time. You get to remember those that fought for you. It's just a good time,
And
right?
some people get work off.
Some people get work off. That's great. Number 4, Father's Day.
Oh.
Now, the thing about Father's Day that makes it better than Mother's Day is because fathers usually don't ask for as much shit.
That's good.
And
Yeah.
it's in July, so there's usually some time to do a cookout or something. Dad will go on the grill. You get to buy Dad something that he really doesn't want, like a fucking tie, and you get to move on with your day, with your weekend. It's usually a really fun holiday, and the
Okay.
dad kind of gets a break from all the bullshit. Number 3, Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Halloween is fun, because if you like dressing up and doing that thing, you know, and it's easy to not have to deal with trick-or-treaters. You just have to turn your lights off and you can just watch scary movies. That's a great day for girls to dress up like whores. And who doesn't love girls dressing up in hoary cat costumes?
That's true.
That's another good point.
Preach.
Number 2, July 4th.
Okay.
Thing about July 4th is not only has it been celebrated for more than 200 years,
Sure.
but it's also just fun. The fireworks, the watermelon, the barbecue, just the atmosphere around Independence Day is just so much fun. And I remember my dad, I have good memories with Independence Day because my dad, when I was in elementary school, he would read us the Declaration of Independence when we
wow.
were kiddos.
Okay.
Yeah. And he would read it and he would really break down like why this is such an important day.
Sure.
And number 1.
Well, real quick, can I
Go
interject
ahead.
for a second?
Sure, go ahead.
So, I noticed that you have 2 July holidays. Why is it so close together? Can you do fireworks on Father's Day?
Maybe.
Anyway.
And number 1, the greatest American holiday.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Really?
Who doesn't love Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is so great. All the food, the family, you get a day off. If you're in school, you get a whole week off. That's just the best holiday. The food is fantastic. The football is on the TV. You get to deal with racist grandparents and uncles. That's just fun.
True.
Never mind why it was there. Like, you know, Thanksgiving kind of has a murky past and murky water.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I wasn't there. So I can't say for sure what happened there.
There are no pictures.
But
so
I
there's
look
proof.
forward to Thanksgiving the most out of all the holidays.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Not Kwanzaa?
We're going to get to that.
Oh, great. All right, Blake, so that was your top.
That is the top 5 American holidays.
I mean, I'd put Hanukkah's number 1, but whatever.
Okay, we're going to get to that too.
Oh, God.
Bottom 5
Hanukkah!
worst holidays in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Number 5, Labor Day.
Oh.
Labor Day is just an excuse for people not to work. Get it to fuck back to work. Number 4, New Year's Day. What a spare holiday. I'm so sick and tired of all the jokes about see you next year. Go fuck yourself. Hashtag New Year, New Me. No. Hashtag you're still fucking shitty. Get your shit together.
Hey, Blake, would it make you mad that I make that joke? See you
Yes,
next year.
it does. I fucking hate you. God, that's horrible. Like, New Year, New Me is so fucking dumb. Like, if you get your shit together, why do you have to wait for a fucking day to get wasted on champagne?
True.
Just do your fucking job. If you want to make your life better, fucking do it. You don't have to wait for a goddamn holiday. Number 3, Christopher Columbus Day.
Okay.
What a fucking waste of a holiday that is. We're making a fucking holiday about Christopher Columbus, who that holiday is around because of a fucking accident. What a fucking spare explorer. Like, he didn't even know where the fuck he was going. He's such a spare. I can't stand that holiday. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And I'm not a really big fan of the fair. And that was the only day we got free tickets and could go to the fair when we were kids, on fucking Christopher Columbus Day. It was horrible. Fuck all that. Number 2 is a 3-way tie.
Oh, God.
Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa.
Oh, my
Number
God.
2 worst holidays
Wow.
in America.
Okay, go.
I cannot stand Christmas.
Yeah?
It's so stressful. Drains on the bank account. It's just so, you have to hear all the shitty Christmas songs.
Okay.
Cannot stand Christmas carols. And the only reason I add Hanukkah and Kwanzaa in that is because it's basically the same thing. You get gifts, you have to buy shit for people. It's annoying. I can't fucking stand all of that. And people expect shit for you. Like, I legit have a, like, little jar in my room that I put all of my spare change in. That's my Christmas fund. I have, you know how much, like, money I could use, like, throughout the year? But no, there's an obligation to Christmas because what? Because fucking Jesus was born? Did Jesus want you to fucking give gifts to your second uncle that likes to make Barack Obama jokes every third sentence? No. That's not what Christmas is about. We've made it horrible. I have to say one thing about Christmas songs.
Go for it.
Fucking horrible.
Really?
Cannot stand Christmas songs. They're so musically spare. Like, I can't, they're just so campy and dumb.
Yeah.
There are some Christmas songs that I love, but 99% of them can go fuck themselves. And the number one worst American holiday is
I'm ready.
Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Cannot stand Valentine's Day. 50% of the country can't stand Valentine's Day.
That's true.
The other 50% can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking drag, dude. It's a made up holiday. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. If you really care for your loved one, why do you need a day to show how much you care for that person? Why does a man need to plan out all of that shit? Fucking chocolates so their girls can get fat, expensive dinner. You might get laid. You might not. Like, there's no guarantee on Valentine's Day. It's a waste of a holiday. It's just designed for girls to get more shit.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, for whoever's listening, is Blake's top and bottom worst and best holidays in the United States.
That's pretty good. That's good. You get a little round of applause there.
Oh, I needed that.
You just let the steam out.
Oh, I needed that.
Well, I think that's a great note to end it on, man. I appreciate, I actually really like that. I'm probably going to come up with my list now and we'll be, no, this is supposed to be the worst one. No, this is the best one. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Blake, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And everybody who's listening, appreciate it as well. Everyone have a great day or night or whenever you are listening to it. Peace out. And that is the end of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, we are sponsored by Bluebird Cottage Cafe and Event Center. Reminder, it's opening early summer, okay? If you want to go and visit, grab some coffee, have a light meal, or you can schedule a perfect event. All the information to get in contact with them is in the description.
This is the end song. It is now over.